You are going to get hurt anyway, so you may as well just be yourself. You see, we spend so much time trying to build these walls to protect ourselves from pain, from being judged, from being misunderstood, rejected. But the thing is, those walls don't actually work. You still end up getting hurt. You still get mistreated. You still get misunderstood. Trying to maintain those walls is exhausting. You're constantly filtering yourself, managing your image, overthinking how you're going to be perceived by other people, all in the hopes to avoid emotional pain and the sting of rejection, just to realize that you still end up getting rejected anyway. So what I want to do in this video is to help you understand what rejection actually is. And once you understand this, you'll realize that you can never actually be rejected. The whole concept of rejection is actually an illusion, because when someone rejects you, what they're rejecting isn't even you. They're rejecting their perception of you, or whatever emotion or feelings you're evoking in them. They're rejecting the version of you that exists in their mind, because the fact is that no human being is actually able to see you for who you truly are the moment that you are being perceived by another person. You have to pass through their filters, which is made up of their preferences, their wounds, their beliefs, and their conditioning. And the moment that someone perceives you, you become a mere projection, a facet of their consciousness, a story in their mind. What someone sees when they look at you is just their interpretation. So if 1,000 people read the same book, everyone is going to have a different opinion, a different reaction, a different experience when they're reading that book, and a different takeaway. Let me give you another example. I want you to imagine that a mother abandons her baby. Now that is the worst form of rejection, right? But the thing is, the rejection isn't even about the baby. It's about what the baby represented to her. Maybe it stirred up feelings of fear of responsibility, inadequacy, shame. All the baby did simply by existing was trigger certain beliefs, certain wounds in the mother, which then led to her rejecting the baby. And if that same mother had a different perspective and a different outlook and a different belief system, then she would have responded and reacted very differently to that very same baby. So you need to understand that you as a person are never actually being rejected. Rejection really literally is an illusion. The moment that you enter into someone else's perception, what you are is already being distorted. Who you are to them, how you make them feel, what they think of you is just their interpretation. It's not actually real. And you can't control it either, because their perception exists within them as a hologram and as a projection. You know, I've had so many experiences of having my intentions or my actions being distorted by other people. The things that I say are misunderstood or twisted, and no matter how I try to communicate it differently to the other person, it's still being misinterpreted by them. And as a content creator on YouTube, you see this really clearly, just how people project their stuff onto you in the comments. So the truth is, no one ever sees you exactly for who you are. Everyone is going to perceive you differently, and their perception of you is always changing from moment to moment anyways, based on, you know, their mood, how much they slept last night, how much they ate, all of these different factors. I used to be so hypersensitive to rejection. I used to take it so personally. But then I realized that it really is never personal, and that's not just a platitude. I realized that if someone gets triggered, then that's their issue. If what you did simply by existing without having any negative intention bothered them, then it's on them to come to you and to talk about it so that you can clear up the misunderstanding together, or that trigger together. It's not for you to manage or to preempt how they're going to react to what you're going to say. So once you understand this, you're no longer going to feel the need to carefully craft what you say, how you act, or how you're going to be, or how you're going to get someone to like you. You can simply exist and be yourself. I really hope that this perspective helps. Just remember that whenever you are getting rejected, it's not you they're actually rejecting. What is being rejected is the feelings or the thoughts that your presence is bringing about and evoking in them. And you are never going to control that. So whatever someone chooses to see in you, just know that it's their interpretation and not the truth. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to join the Relove family. I make videos every single week. I'm currently wearing the We Are the Cycle Breakers affirmation tee. If you want to check our affirmation apparel out, then I will leave the links down below. And I will also leave the link to book a session with me one-on-one down below as well. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video.